Good evening. Welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News for Friday, May 31st. Grant Olson is away tonight, risking life and limb in a Red Hot Chili Peppers mosh pit. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. A Douglas County man already serving prison time received an additional 17-month sentence on Wednesday for fleeing Chelan County deputies and crashing his vehicle into a trailer. And the Washington National Guard makes a happy landing at Pangborn Memorial Airport, where several Guard detachments will make their home for at least the next 10 years. Look for nice weather conditions on Saturday with rain in the forecast Sunday. Lots of wind again on Monday. All those details coming up in your full local weather forecast, which Grant Olson was good enough to do before he left for that mosh pit that I mentioned earlier. But first, our top story tonight. Sheriff's deputies now say the May 17th shooting that left one man dead and another seriously wounded on Stamen Flats Road was a murder-suicide. Chelan County investigators on Thursday identified 49-year-old Luis Rojas Resendez as the man who opened fire just before 5 a.m. and his victim as 40-year-old Filiberto Velasco Lopez of Brewster. The two men had allegedly quarreled over a woman, and Resendez stopped Lopez's car that morning on Stamen Flats near Summer Camp Road. Police say he then shot Lopez multiple times. The woman was in the vehicle at the time but was not injured. Lopez and the woman fled, but Resendez was able to again stop their car at milepost 3 on Stamen Flats Road, where he fired on Lopez again before turning the weapon on himself. Deputies say Lopez is in stable condition at Harborview Medical Center in Seattle. Resendez was pronounced dead at the scene. Well, the Moses Lake School District announced another wave of layoffs on Wednesday as it copes with an ongoing budget crisis. In addition to the 100 layoffs announced earlier this month, the district will need to cut 85 additional classified staff. Roles affected include para-educators, assistant teachers, custodial staff, transportation staff, and secretaries, among other positions. MLSD says the $20 million budget shortfall is due to an accounting error, a twice-failed levy, reduced funding, and increased operational costs. The district says it's working with the North Central Educational Service District to review its budget and explore alternatives in order to mitigate the need for future layoffs. Oscar Licon Eusebio of the NCW Equity Alliance is heading to Pinnacle's Prep as the new Chief of Operations for the Wenatchee Charter School. A Wenatchee High School graduate, Licon attended Central Washington University, where he earned 2 bachelor's degrees in accounting and business administration. Before the NCW Equity Alliance, he worked for the Wenatchee School District in IT and did outreach work for Wenatchee Valley College. He has been the executive director of the NCW Equity Alliance since October 2022 and also heads up the community enrichment group Parque Padrinos. Licon previously served as a Pinnacle's Prep board member. Now, a Douglas County man already serving prison time received an additional 17-month sentence on Wednesday for fleeing Chelan County deputies and crashing his vehicle into a trailer. 30-year-old Dominic Rochad Lockhart of Palisades was behind the wheel of a borrowed van in March 2023 when a deputy attempted to pull him over on Highway 2 near School Street for erratic driving. Lockhart instead fled into Lower Sunny Slope before abandoning the van on Warm Springs Drive, where it rolled into a parked utility trailer. Lockhart disappeared from the scene, but the next month he was arrested for unrelated crimes in Adams County, where he was given a 43-month sentence. He's now incarcerated at the Washington State Penitentiary. When we come back, who's running the show for Apple Blossom 2025? The Wenatchee Valley's biggest community festival announces its new leadership. I'm Jefferson Robbins. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Mount Stewart Physical Therapy is all new. New staff, new therapists, and a fabulous new chiropractor. That's right, you do not need to drive to Wenatchee or Kashmir for your care. Come see Dr. Zolman, DC. No referral needed for most insurances. Open your auto and work injury claims with us, or fax your post-op and Medicare therapy prescriptions to us right here in town. We offer covered pelvic floor services. We are premium health care for the Upper Valley. Improve your quality of life today. Mount Stewart Integrative Therapy and Chiropractic.
At Kennedy Group, we understand that buying and selling is more than a transaction, and it's more than just a house. This is where you will gather with friends and family, and where a lifetime of memories will be made. But buying a home is more than memories. Oftentimes, it's your biggest financial decision. The agents at Kennedy Group understand this and provide real estate advice based on your goals and dreams. Call us today and let's find your happy place.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
Steelhead Cider offers 20 taps with cider, beer, and wine, featuring views of the lake, great music, and fantastic flights. Find it on Wooden Ave behind the bookstore in downtown Chelan.
Kelly's Classic Ace Hardware Store. From the minute you walk through the door, you'll feel the difference. Kelly's revives the days of personal service lost in the big box stores of today. Kelly's Ace Hardware in classic downtown Chelan.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
It's a great time to go into the medical profession. And this is the perfect place to start, because this is going to provide you that basic understanding in order to get into medical school, physical therapy school. So when you are ready to head on your career pathway, wherever it is, then you've already had some experience and say, oh, it's so cool. This is exactly what I want to do. So really, you're going to leave me with 13 college credits and a license with the state of Washington.
Planning for the 106th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival is already underway. The festival announced that Kurt Ulrich, who works for the Washington State Department of Revenue, will serve as Director General. In that role, Ulrich will oversee the Board of Directors and the progress of the 2025 program. Retired elementary teacher Kathy Campbell will serve as Assistant Director General, and Mary Ann Castro, St. Joseph Catholic School bookkeeper, will become Program Director, putting her in line to be the Director General in 2027. Wenatchee City Council member Linda Harold will serve as the Chancellor of the Wenatchee Appellarians, which is the official hosting group of the festival. Next year's theme is The Best Time Ever. The Washington Army National Guard yesterday landed its first fleet of Lakota helicopters at the former Executive Flight Building at Pangborn Memorial Airport. The Guard announced plans last year to situate an air unit at the former commercial offices and 2 aircraft hangars. About 100 soldiers will conduct drills out of Pangborn on a monthly basis, including the National Guard's 286th Firefighting Detachment. The Guard says it gives them a key central Washington base from which to respond to statewide emergencies. Plans for a more permanent flight facility at Pangborn are in the works. More than 125 firefighters working for Boeing, including many employed at Grant County International Airport, are back on the job after a 4-week lockout by the company. The International Association of Firefighters Local I-66 voted on Wednesday to accept a tentative new contract with Boeing after their most recent agreement expired in March. The union argued that firefighter pay at Boeing was far less than that offered by local fire departments. Under the agreement, they expect to receive 2 to 3% annual raises through the next 3 years, plus other benefits. The aircraft manufacturer locked the union firefighters out of their facilities in Moses Lake, Everett, and Seattle after they rejected the initial contract proposal earlier this month. Well, coming up next, Kristen Hosey was named last week as Chief Administrator of the Chelan-Douglas Health District. Her thoughts on the health district's mission and how it might evolve under her leadership in tonight's feature story. Heavy rain is expected Sunday with strong winds on Monday. Grant Olson was good enough to tell us what the weather's going to be like just before he headed off to the Red Hot Chili Peppers show. I hope the weather's nice there. He'll have all the details coming up in your full local forecast. It's that and much more. Stay with us.
60 years ago, we opened up the first Abby's right here where I'm sitting.
All I wanted is people to show up.
We were trying to build pizza eaters is what we were trying to do, and it worked. We were very successful, and we were very happy about it.
Every day is Taco Tuesday at Abby's. Our Taco Especial is on sale 7 days a week, loaded with beef or chicken, onions, olives, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, and lettuce. It's a pizza that you won't forget. Dine in or order online for takeout or delivery right to your door.
Shoot, I think I left my keys in the kitchen. Can you grab them?
Yep.
Find out?
What's this?
It's a locking bag. It keeps Grandma's medication safe.
But I could just take it.
Well, for one thing, it locks. And if it were gone, I know there's a problem.
Huh. Well played.
Help prevent opioid misuse before it starts. Visit getthefactsrx.com.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged,
capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV. Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. EPA says Honda is the most fuel-efficient automaker in America. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the Incredifantabulous deals, so see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Kristen Hosey is a public health nurse who was named last week as Chief Administrator of the Chelan-Douglas Health District. Hosey has led the two-county public health agency on an interim basis since Administrator Luke Davies left in March. She was previously the director of Wenatchee Valley College nursing programs and spent more than a year as a member of the Board of Health that has now appointed her the district leader. NCWLIFE spoke with her this week about the challenges the health district has faced and the changes that lie ahead.
My name is Kristen Hosey, and I am the health administrator here at the Chelan-Douglas Health District. So I've been doing nursing for 15 years. I'm a public health nurse by training, and I started out not long after graduation. I went and did the Peace Corps in Malawi as a nurse educator. So I taught nurse midwife technicians at a small hospital and did a lot of public health work around HIV, around cholera prevention, all sorts of work like that. And so that got me into wanting to catch people before they ended up in the hospital, because you would see access to care issues, or if you can prevent like waterborne illness, then you can prevent folks from having to be hospitalized. And so not long after that, I ended up at the UW, went to grad school there because I thought, I'm going to keep doing public health work internationally, and ended up getting my doctorate at the UW, worked in public health in Seattle for a while, then went back to Kenya and worked in East Africa. I got off a plane from taking a study abroad group of students to Kenya, and then moved out here like 2 days later to start the academic year in 2016 at WBC. Our role here is to promote health and to also protect communities in Chelan-Douglas from, harm. So that could be exposures, that could be outbreaks, and trying to jump in there and address if we have like an outbreak, like contact trace and get folks the care and treatment they need, but also to promote like well-being. So it's both that balance of preventing disease, but also developing folks that can grow and have a healthy life. I don't think it's like a secret that we've had a lot of turnover during COVID. So we've got a lot of, we've got a few positions open. I think there's like 5 positions open that we're trying to fill. And so there's some folks that are doing a little bit more because we're covering for those positions that need to get filled up. For some it's been a challenge, but I think we're in a good place of hope and opportunity now that we're kind of filling some of our positions up. I think before COVID, it was like an invisible job a bit because people really only thought about us for like food and pool inspections. And now I think people know a little bit more about what we do, and they might kind of see us more, but we were always there, I think. I do think that more work in homeless and substance use has been something that has been on our community health assessments for the last 2 or 3. We do these every like 3 years or so, and so do the hospitals and clinics. And that has been a high priority for the community for some time. And this year we were able to get our first like dedicated staff position for mental health and substance use. And that dovetails into like some of the homeless work too that we haven't really been able to get into as much, even though it is a public health issue. I want us to be the healthiest counties in the state. That's like kind of where I'm at. They came out with a Robert Wood Johnson report, and it's by zip code, and they do it every few years, and we're doing okay, but like I want us to be like, you know, why not? Like, this is such a beautiful area. We have so many outdoor opportunities, great community, and so let's, I mean, be the healthiest community, and that includes everything from birth to death, like, and everything in between. So.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And boy, what a beautiful way to end this work week. Taking a look outside our weather window from this afternoon and all kinds of clear skies, a few high clouds. This is our McNeil Canyon camera and looking back at Lake Chelan. And what a beautiful day to be there. Heck, beautiful to be anywhere around North Central Washington today. But we're in for a bit of a roller coaster ride as we head into the next 4 or 5 days. This weekend, tomorrow's going to be okay, but as we get into Sunday, we are going to see some heavy rainfall in some locations. The Cascades could see 2 to 4 inches of rain. Over on the west side, a lot of rain. We could see plenty of rain as well. And then after that, as we get into Monday, we're going to see some very strong gusty winds, possibly up to 45 miles an hour. So be aware, Sunday afternoon through about Monday morning, it's going to be a stormy one. And I'll tell you what, it's going to get hot after that. This is part of this roller coaster ride. We're going to see our real first heat wave of the season. We're going to be well above normal as far as temperatures go all the way into June 13th. So yeah, it's going to be hot with temperatures next weekend, possibly in the low to mid 90s. And we'll talk more about that coming up. Today's high temperature right where we should be, 75 degrees. That's our normal. Boy, 1986, it was hot. 103 degrees, our record high for the second day in a row. 47 this morning, 52 our normal low, and 41 is our record cold temperature. That was set in 1984. Sunrise 5:09 this morning, and it sets tonight at 8:49. All right, let's get you into those Saturday temperatures. A lot like today. In fact, almost exactly for Wenatchee, Entiat, Chelan, all of us at 75. A little bit warmer over in the Columbia Basin, mid to upper 70s. Moses Lake and Ephrata at about 78 degrees tomorrow. 73 for Leavenworth, and a beautiful 70 degrees if you're headed up to Lake Wenatchee. All right, let's get into your surface loop now, and we'll show you a lot what's going to happen. 1-2 punch is what we're going to see as we head into the upcoming weekend. This system, there it is, will bring the rain showers, and here's the wind from that system as we get into Monday. So one area of low pressure will bring the rain, the other area of low pressure will bring the wind, and we're going to see a lot of that on Monday. But enjoy the current conditions, and even tonight, high clouds out there. Here's the nose of that high pressure ridge still over the Pacific Northwest. Going to be a mild one tonight with lows in the mid to upper 50s. For Saturday, just some of those high clouds out there. We'll see a lot of that around the Pacific Northwest. Will be seasonal high temperatures tomorrow. Nice start to our weekend at 75 degrees. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the bottom kind of falls out. There's the first of the 2 areas of low pressure. Going to bring a 90% chance that we will see rain showers afternoon and evening. High temperatures cooling back into those upper 60s with that cloudiness and kind of unsettled weather. Monday, here's your morning commute. Going to be very rainy, a 90% chance of rain. Not so much in the afternoon, though. That'll die down. But look at this wind as we get into Monday afternoon. Gusts up to 45 miles an hour. High temperatures even a little bit cooler into the mid-60s. And then as that system moves away from us, all the wind will be in Montana, and the high-pressure ridge will begin to nose back in, bringing us a few clouds. It will be warmer on Tuesday. High temperatures near that 70-degree mark. And then by Wednesday, high pressure off the coast, and boy, it's going to take over our weather. Warmer temperatures on Wednesday with highs almost 80 degrees. And then as we get you into Thursday, by the end of our forecast, it's going to be even warmer. All kinds of clear skies around all the western United States, especially here in the Pacific Northwest. We're going to warm up a little bit more on Thursday with high temperatures then all the way into the mid-80s. Take a look now at your 7-day forecast. 57 overnight tonight. A nice Saturday, some high clouds and 75 degrees. And then, boy, look out Sunday night and into Monday morning. Rain Sunday night into Monday morning, and then a lot of that wind in the afternoon for Monday. High temperature only 66 degrees. Still a little breezy on Tuesday with partly cloudy skies and 71. And then the beautiful weather is upon us. Wednesday and Thursday, upper 70s Wednesday and mid 80s with sunshine on Thursday. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held each year on the third Saturday in June. Pick your thrill from 3 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, or the Lake Loop. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
Happy Friday. The Mariners were shut out by Houston and a no-name pitcher 4-0 yesterday. Spencer Arrighetti, sounds more like an Indy driver than a baseball player, held Seattle to 2 hits over 6 innings, had 8 strikeouts as the Astros salvaged the final game of the 4-game set at T-Mobile Park. Alex Bregman did all the damage needed in the top of the 4th off Seattle starter Logan Gilbert.
Bregman sends one to left. Back goes Canzone. He will watch this go off the top of the wall. It's gone. Alex Bregman has both home runs for the Astros in this series. That ball carried well to left, hit the top of the wall and went out.
Crazy. Alex got a hold of this tumbler, put his nose down on it and raked it into the bullpen, skipping it off the top of the wall.
Victor Caratini leading things off here in the 5th inning, and he goes after the first pitch and sails one deep to right field. Back goes the right fielder, Haniger. It's gone. Victor Caratini hits his 3rd home run of the year, and the Astros now in front 3-0. All the home runs for Caratini have been as a left-hand hitter. Little tapper, he's going to have to hustle. The play will go to second for 1, and they do not turn the double play. Caratini bounces into a fielder's choice for an RBI, and the Astros get that run. It's now 4-0.
The middle, JP. Oh, yeah, make it work, yes! Beautifully done! Oh, that was gorgeous.
This is going to be on a few highlights. I didn't think JP was going to get to it, but he's able to glove it and gets rid of it quickly to Dillon. And it's perfect flip to him. And then Ty able to pick it over at first base on the backhand. What a great play.
Ground ball towards Altuve. And the Astros have shut out the Mariners 4-0 the final score.
Seattle welcomes the Angels to town for the first of 3 games tonight at 7:10. You can only watch it if you have Apple TV+. Well, Texas was idle yesterday, so Seattle's lead in the American League West slipped a little bit to 3 games over the Rangers. Oakland fell to Tampa Bay 6-5 in 12 innings. The Angels come into Seattle after falling to the Yankees at home yesterday by a final of 8-3. Well, the Seattle Seahawks continue voluntary OTAs at their facility in Renton as players learn a new offense and defense. Coach Mike McDonald was all smiles after practice earlier this week as he sees progress being made.
It was a great day out there, man. It's a lot of good football, a lot of good situation stuff. We got better today, so I'm pretty stoked. So great day out there, beautiful weather, great football weather, and we got after it. So I'm really excited right now.
Backup quarterback Sam Howell continues to impress teammates and coaches alike. McDonald says he's progressing nicely in the new Seahawks system.
I think he is representative of where we're at as a football team. You know, I think Sam has improved every time we've come out here, and it's really exciting. He's thrown the ball really well today. He made some really good decisions here and some situational work that was exciting to see, with only going over it in one day. So football intelligence is high. Obviously, his ability is what it needs to be. So he's right there, but I think he mirrors where we're at as a team right now. So we're excited about Sam.
Seattle's about 2 months away from officially starting training camp. A new West Coast League baseball season kicks off tonight across the Northwest with 8 games on tap. Besides the Apple Sox hosting Port Angeles tonight, Victoria visits Kamloops, Bend hosts Walla Walla, Corvallis plays at Cowlitz, Bellingham hosts Edmonton, Nanaimo visits Kelowna, Ridgefield visits Portland, and Yakima Valley hosts Springfield. Wenatchee comes off a 37-win season a year ago, finishing behind Victoria in the West Coast League North standings. Port Angeles had a rough campaign, winning just 13 games all summer long. Now, every team across the WCL will be playing with only part of their rosters available for the opening weekend. Apple Sox coach Mitch Darlington says the next several days will be a chance for him to learn how his players approach the game.
The first weekend, a lot of times, is kind of the feeling out process of, I like to let guys hit, don't like to make guys bunt as early as I would in a game as we get later into summer. But it's really just learning how these guys play, what they do well, can they hit and run, can they steal bags, you know, and then just kind of tailoring my coaching to that, because it's not always going to be the guys, they're not always going to play the way I want them to play and the style of baseball we want, but it's just a feel-out process.
14 players have signed a 10-day contract to help bolster the ranks in Wenatchee early. Darlington says the message to these players is to play hard and earn a spot to stay all summer long.
Early on, I mean, even talking about it today, you know, it's going to be competitive. If there's 2 guys at your spot, you're going to earn what you get, whether you're a 10-day or a full-time. If a 10-day guy comes in here and plays really well, you know, it'd be hard for me to let him go. So we always have that in the back of our mind, and we always let our guys know, hey, there's a chance to make our ball club.
Wenatchee and Port Angeles get going at 6:35. NCW Life will have that live on TV as well as free streaming on our Facebook page and our website. Well, if you'd like a little more noise and some screeching tires this weekend, maybe WVSO is the place for you. The Wenatchee 200, the super late models, will be in town for the track for the weekend. WVSO manager Jeremy Anders says a big bag of money available to winners has racers coming from far and wide.
Last year we gave out $20,000 to the winner, and it was like $900 to start the race. This year it's $25,000 to win and $1,200 to start the race. So we knew though that we wanted to make this race. You know, we brought it back. It had been away for a while. It was a big race before, but you know, last year we brought it back and we made it a pretty big impact in the Northwest racing community. This year our goal was to make it even bigger, and so we, along with working with some of our partners and our sponsors, were able to kind of work together to get it to $25,000 to win and $1,200 to start, which that helps the back end guys as well. And it has done exactly what we thought it would do. It would attract more drivers from outside the area as well.
Good drivers, better drivers who are willing to make the trip here to the big city, because that's a lot of money on the line.
Yeah, it's now, it was a premier Northwest race. Now it's becoming a premier West Coast race. It's getting a lot of national attention. It's one of definitely the races to watch in the country this year. And we have drivers from all over the country coming this weekend.
They're practicing up at the Super Oval tonight. Gates open tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Racing at 5 for the super late models, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Thunder Cars, and Angel Bail Bond Legends. That's sports news. Have a great weekend. See you Monday.
On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, Chuck Egner and I are going to split a bottle of wine. No, we're not. That's a faux pas to drink wine on the morning show, but Chuck Egner will be joining me for the Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival, always the third weekend in June. All the information and a couple of snippets of some of the great national acts are coming right here to North Central Washington. Chuck Egner, an old friend of our program, on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more news from around North Central Washington, you can find us at NCWLIFE.com, on our social media channels, or on our mobile app for iPhone and Android. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-NCW. That's 888-6295. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Grant Olson will be back on Monday, assuming he doesn't break a vertebra in that mosh pit. Thanks a lot for being with us. Have a great weekend.